Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have the Link's Awakening DX 100% no wrong warp out of bounds tournament, Swiss round 1 between Zinthrothen and Ryan Ford. Commentators for this match will be Glyph DX and I thought it was it and Zendatier? Take it from here, please. Wait. I'm switching to runner view soon, so don't worry. On it and fixing it. Just remembered myself. Should be better now. Unfortunately, we can't hear you. Oh, and I forgot another thing. So now the commentators can be heard as well, but Glyph?
Alright, can you hear me
It
now
was-
then?
It was quite a delayed start. Sorry for the tech issues.
I hear dog.
hear me?
That's good. Hey, I hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
can hear you.
Great. Now we
See
can
if this
start
works.
then. Okay, so we're heading into the forest. I didn't see if Zintro got the bomb trigger, but he did. But basically what he did is he put down 2 bombs while screen transitioning, which basically counts as having 2 bombs on the screen at the same time, and the game just doesn't know what to do, and it just gives you a cutscene, or in this case it skips the owl cutscene.
Technical explanation of this is when there's 1 bomb, the game's like, oh, okay, that's fine. There's 2 bombs, like, whoa, 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 my guy, that's too many bombs. Here's a cutscene. That's how it works.
Yeah, it doesn't know what to do, so it just gives you a cutscene. And Zintro is now ready to enter the first dungeon. And
Today.
Yeah, no pit walks. That's pretty sad, to be honest. The most important trick of the entire run. Also, you'll see them opening the save and quit menu when they open chests. That's so they can skip text boxes, and it saves a bit of time each time you do it, but it adds up a lot.
That's right. That's right. We'll see if they go for any other text skips in the game, because there are some. Some of them are frame perfect, however. See what they decide to do.
Yeah. See if we get some frame perfect B cutscene skips.
That's right. The only way to do that cutscene skip. Looks like Zentro's using some arrows on the spinies. Saves maybe a second or so. It puts you at 1 fewer arrow. So a bit of a risky move for a race, but...
Yeah, because generally runners only have 1 arrow left at the end at most. So the
depends
arrow
on how
routing
they...
out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
depends on how they decide to route out stuff. And what they feel confident in.
Also, Zintro equipping sword here. That's interesting.
It's interesting. Maybe he wanted
Yeah,
to
probably
use sword for the spinies, then forgot.
Could be.
Just muscle memory took over.
Alright, so that's our first super jump right there. So basically, if you clip into a wall and then jump, the game thinks you're on a ledge. And if you then use the sword or the bow or whatever to face away from the wall and push up, it thinks you're jumping off a ledge, and it just lets you jump in midair. And that's how we skip basically most of the game. Also, many bosses don't really exist. Alright, Molorm, hardest boss in the entire run. Alright, that was pretty good Molorm for his intro.
He's usually pretty consistent at that boss. It is a very hard boss, though.
It's no joke the hardest boss in the run.
It's the hardest boss casually, too. In my opinion.
I don't know. I never played this game casually. That's actually a solid D1 time for Zintro.
It is.
Oh, and Ryan falls. That's sad.
What you can do if you fall, the backup, is you can hold Feather, and that'll actually make you warp to the stairs for whatever reason.
It's not a wrong
don't
warp.
try. It's not a wrong warp. Don't try that in the original Link's Awakening, though.
Yeah, if you do, you really wrong warp, and you soft lock as well.
So the kids there, that's one of the biggest reasons we play in Japanese, is because we can skip some text by hitting B, and that like cutscene in like English or any other language is like actually a minute.
Yeah.
We keep on talking. Japanese, we can just hit B and skip it.
Know about half of the text skips with B.
That's right. Don't. Oh, looks like Zintro accidentally transitioned back to the forest. No big deal.
See if he goes for the bomb trigger.
See if he's gonna go for a bomb trigger.
Yeah, that's a smart move because he got the bomb trigger on the owl in the forest. And if he also went for this bomb trigger, then he would have no bombs to spare. So
right.
Either way,
PB attempt, he might. thought that bomb trigger was actually slower, but we decided to time it out earlier, and it turns out it saves a little bit of time if your subpixels are right.
So now we get the we go talk to the photo guy. It's
And we're gonna
important
get
that
the
we talk
swag
to
picture.
before
Intro,
getting
isn't it?
Bow Wow, because otherwise bad things happen and you have to return Bow Wow first.
Right. Shout out to MGN.
Yep. And now we're gonna get Bow Wow. See if Zintro can get the epic quad in the next room. Ooh, almost got it. He's struggling a little bit. Alright, now Moblin King can shoot between 2 and 4 arrows, which I think is entirely RNG. I mean, it is. But optimally, we get a 2 cycle here. You're good, by the way, Cliff. So now, Zintro is going to do something called a flock clip, where he's going to clip into the wall and then kind of push against it when he talks to that rock, and it pushes him 1 pixel more into the wall, which just lets him walk past it. Also, very nice RNG from Bow Wow. I think Cliff is having some issues with his mic or something. Alright, now Dungeon 2. I think this is probably the most glitchless dungeon in the entire run. We don't really do any tricks here. At least as far as I can think of from the top of my head. Although many bosses still don't exist, so this is Binox, not Hinox. See, Ryan got some really good RNG on Bow Wow there. That was really nice. Because Bow Wow can just sit there for eternity and not eat the flower. Yeah, I guess the genie is one.
Yeah, the genie quick kill, we'll see in a minute, is fun.
Okay, so they're gonna have to kill these enemies in this room in a specific order. The stealth was really trolling Glyph there, like he usually does. But he managed to work past it. Oh, Zintro picked up the wrong pot by accident. He's struggling with these rooms. Alright, so here we're gonna do a pretty cool strat where we're gonna use a bomb here to hold over this platform instead of the pot, because the game doesn't actually check what you're holding, it just checks if you're holding something. Now let's hope we don't see any deaths on Genie in this race. Also, fun fact, this Genie shoots like twice as fast in the original LA for some reason. So we're gonna clip into the wall, which instantly makes him get hit 3 times in a row. And then we're just gonna bomb him and then instantly bomb arrow, and he's dead. He had to be nerfed, yeah, pretty much. Alright, looks like Ryan is also going for the bomb strats. I think those strats are a lot more standardized now than they were last time we ran Hundo in a tourney in 2018. Let's see if Ryan can also get a decent genie fight here. Yeah, he did shoot really fast in LAOG. Also, we skipped this heart piece before because it's like 1 frame faster or something like that to get it now. And now we're gonna do powder skip, aka get the bomb upgrade and not the powder upgrade. Because for whatever reason, the game puts the powder upgrade first.
Because it wants you to get the powder upgrade because it's important.
Alright, your audio is good now.
Okay. I don't know what my issue was. Fun fact about that boss. You do the quick kill in German or French version of the game. I don't know if it's just LA or LADX too.
No, it's only LA.
Only in LA, yeah. It'll actually duplicate the boss. So you can kill him twice.
Well, it duplicates the heart container.
Oh,
I'm not sure
duplicates
how that works exactly, but it does.
No, it duplicates the boss. It makes 2 of them. Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was just the heart container.
Nope.
Interesting. No, almost got an Zintro almost got an epic boost there.
Boost off the buzz bob.
Yep. So sometimes Bao talks to you on this screen right before you pick up the seashell, and it's the worst feeling ever. Let's hope Ryan doesn't mess up powder skip.
And he gets it.
Nice. Yeah, honestly, I'm not really sure what to expect from Ryan because he's a very new runner. I'm not sure how many runs he's done.
Right now he seems to be very comfortable.
Yeah, he's actually doing pretty good.
I agree.
Especially considering Zintro is one of our top runners. So in that respect, he's really not that far behind at all. Alright, now we take our time to casually get a dick pic.
Shout out to the Richard picture.
Yep. Also, he entered the phone booth earlier so that he could set a save and quit point to get back to later.
Yes. The most broken glitch in the game, saving and quitting.
It's definitely not intended.
Of course not. Why else would they want to ban it and no save and quit?
Yep. So we're gonna get a seashell gift here at 5 and 10 seashells. Which is actually a pretty good way to see if you forgot anything.
Yes, because these seashells are skippable casually. If you don't come with exactly 5 and then exactly 10, you can miss those seashells. But it's okay, because there's actually 26 seashells total in the game. You only need 20. Some people kind of criticize 100% because it's calling it not true hundo, because we don't get all the seashells. But we actually cannot, because once we get 20, the rest just go. They're gone.
I mean, we don't even do rapids. Like, how can it be hundo?
Yeah, we don't get the maps and compasses. Not hundo.
We don't get every text box. Also, Zintro just did something called Villa Skip, where he jumped onto a pit and then started pause buffering until you hear the falling link sound, which actually puts you down onto the map tiles where you can stand, and then you can just transition down, and it skips the entirety of the trade sequence.
It skips a significant amount of time. So you don't have to do Candlelit Castle, you don't have to do the trading sequence. You saw the Yoshi in the trendy game. You don't have to get that. Yep. That's the beginning of the trading sequence.
Yeah, Zintro actually.
So it's really important.
Zintro
now here's Ryan about to do it.
See how many Ryan gets. Oh, he's also getting a lot. Oh,
5.
Yeah, those were pretty nice. Yeah.
5's not too bad. Respectable.
Yeah, so Zintro is doing some Jesus jumps now, where you pause on the frame you land on the water, which lets you do a jump or transition. And we can get that seashell early like that.
Was intro on a very good pace right now. It's actually a really solid run.
Yeah,
There's lots of RNG in the early game that can really screw up a PB attempt.
Yep. So they're gonna start killing a bunch of enemies here so that they can get a piece of power in this dungeon, which drops every 30 kills, but your kill count resets if you die or save and quit. So this is
That's right.
the only place in the run where it's viable to get it.
Right, it's the longest stretch of not saving and quitting and where there's lots of enemies. There's also acorns. Now acorns are bad because they only give you double defense, which isn't very helpful. And it wastes time when you pick it up, and so it can be really irritating if it gets in your way and you accidentally pick one up. That can happen at any point throughout the run.
Pretty much. So we just did dong skip where we use a super jump and then release a spin slash in midair to tink us over the blocks.
Very technical trick. It's one of the things new runners tend to struggle with the most. But you'll see experienced runners just get it every single time, and it looks like magic. Just because that muscle memory is so ingrained that it's like one fluid motion.
I disagree. We don't get it every time.
Oh well, just me then.
Maybe I'm bad.
Maybe you are bad. That's probably it.
Actually, take away that maybe. I am bad.
You should note there that Ryan is killing more enemies than Zinthrothen is, and that's because those first 4 Zols didn't actually get killed, even though he slashed them. Their animation didn't finish. So they didn't actually count towards the piece of power count, and so he had to kill a couple extra.
That though.
We'll see if he gets dropped here. It does. He's good. Here comes Dong Skip for him. Doesn't quite get it.
That's it.
Beauty of it is that you can keep on retrying. He doesn't waste too much time, and he gets a second try. That's really good.
Yeah, although if you really mess it up and mess up the timing, most of all, you can get stuck in the blocks and you have to save and quit, which is pretty bad. That's his first dunk skip. Let's see if he gets the second.
No one going for this shield bump, unfortunately.
True that. We might still see that in this tournament. I bet all those.
I think Nitros did it on Saturday.
I think Astro might go for it as well. He's all about those hard, those hard time-saving strats. And nice early cycle.
Ryan having a little bit of trouble with the second dong skip.
I get it.
He gets it. Easy trick.
Easy every time. Although his sword is on the wrong button. That's pretty sad.
It is a little bit sad.
Alright, so Zintro is going to it would double save and quit menu here until he hears that sound, which is the trigger for the beehive being there and the cutscene triggering. Then he just saves and quits to skip the entire cutscene. And we're gonna do that one more time in a second.
It's very sad because it's a good cutscene. Sad we skip it.
Cutscene.
So now we should have 10 seashells, or Zintro should rather. So you're gonna go in here and get the 11th.
Yeah, pretty good slime-ified from Ryan.
That fight can really screw you over sometimes. It's just all timing based, and if one of those timings gets kind of messed up, then he can be at weird positions. And then there's also frame rolls involved, and it can be frustrating.
Split up.
Right.
That's the big thing about it. Also, the reason we're even able to get the honeycomb without doing any of the trade quests is because the game is like, hey, you finished D3. That must mean you did the trade sequence. Have a stick.
That's right. Because in casual playthrough, that that stick isn't available until after you beat D3, so it doesn't bother checking to see if you have the actual item. It just cares if you beat D3 or not.
Yep.
Is Zintro getting another? Did you get the cutscene skip or not? I didn't see.
Oh, I didn't see either. So yeah, this
That cutscene skip isn't very important because it saves like frames, but you can try to get it frame perfect, in which case it'll save about 2 seconds.
Yeah, you can't do that with the B cutscene, because if you fail that, you actually get the cutscene. But if you fail this, you only waste like 7 frames or something.
Right. I mean, you can go for the cutscene skip frame perfect, but I don't think anyone wants to.
I think you've done that.
I've gone for it once, and I missed it, and I got the cutscene. It wasn't a bad run, so it was for the meme.
Yeah, so now it's time for the hardest part of the entire run, fishing.
Here we go.
See if he manages not to fish the pond. So far, so good. The tension is building up high. And he gets the fish. We're good.
One thing to note about the seashell mansion here that Ryan's at, we have to watch that bar go up 3 times total. 2 for the seashells, the 1 for the level 2 sword. The thing about that cutscene is that it's random how fast the bar moves up. There's actually a lot of cutscenes in this game that have RNG that'll save or lose you time because they decided to add RNG to cutscenes for some reason.
Yeah, the
because
battle
they wanted to.
RNG as well. Sometimes you could get an
Yes.
earlier tink on him. I've never seen it happen, but people say that it's a thing. I mean, that bar can just sit there for a couple seconds and not go up sometimes, and it's really annoying.
Right. Just because Nintendo hates speedrunners. That's a theory I've come up with.
See if Ryan goes for this cutscene skip. He might have gone for it, or he just didn't. Alright, and we're almost on our way to go on a hot date with Marin.
I love how we get smooched by Meow 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 as we're on our way to go on our date with Marin.
Not
Such a player, you know.
Only slow players get smooshed.
We're playing on English.
And Nut Touch from Zintro. Very proud of him. Oh, Ryan seems to be struggling with this super jump. It is cursed.
It's easy.
It's cursed. Oh. Ryan playing it smart and banishing the ocarina to the bottom left, where it can't hurt him ever again. The reason for that is that once you get a song, every time you hover over the ocarina, it brings up a sub-menu that's impossible to get rid of and takes forever. So
Right.
it being there is the best spot to not get bothered by it.
One thing to note, though, about menuing is that every player kind of menus their own way and has their own kind of flow for menuing. It's kind of like a trademark of each individual player. Menu writing is such an important part of Link's Awakening speedruns because we have a very dynamic menu, meaning that everything moves around, unlike, Ocarina of Time or Link to the Past, where everything's in its own spot. Like, for example, some players actually have items that they want on the bottom, because if you're on the very top row, which you are when you save and quit, you can hit up, instantly warp your cursor to the top of the screen. So some players prefer to put things they don't want, like Ocarina, in the middle.
Yeah, the thing about menuing is that it can save you so much time if you have a menu route and you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the biggest time saves in this game. At least
Right, and 100%. Yeah, there's around 110 menus, I believe.
Really?
I know because I've Oh, I put all my menus on a notepad document. That's how I learned them, and there's about 110 of them.
That's crazy. So yeah, now we're gonna take Marin to the walrus.
And we could just do it casually and make Marin sing for the walrus, but we're gonna bomb trigger it. It's a little bit faster, just because Marin only has to move a little bit of distance to get to the edge of the screen. Whereas if you just do it normally, she has to walk all the way across. It saves a little bit of time.
Yep, a nice ocean bonk from Ryan there. We'll accept that. And now the walrus is just gonna commit suicide. What's also interesting is if you do that bomb trigger from the top of the screen, Marin will just walk across the trees like the goddess she is.
She can also walk across the air too.
You can also
She's safer.
walk across the water.
Yes. She can walk across a lot of things.
She is the goddess of the world.
Physics do not affect her. She's immune to physics. Much like Link is.
The windfish in the flesh.
Right. She's a seagull.
Oh, there's nothing in this room, don't worry about
So
it.
yeah, there's nothing in this room. This is just the yellow soft serve machine. And Zinstra just wanted to shoot a couple arrows and then grab the key.
Yep.
In reality, there actually is a boss there, and his hitbox is still there before he even spawns. And so we can just shoot a couple arrows at him and kill him before his text box even
And the way
appears.
to kill him is with bombs. Definitely.
Yes, the legendary bomb Landmilla kill. Wonder who did that.
No idea. I've done that before.
Did you do it with exactly the amount of bombs you needed?
No, I didn't do that.
One bomb left.
Amazing. Also on Ryan's screen, you can see Mario cock blocking Link.
What a jerk.
And now we're gonna get the Ballad of the Windfish.
Very nice bomb trigger from Ryan. Simultaneous music, by the way.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right. So Ryan is only about 3 minutes behind, which is actually pretty good.
That is really good, considering their level differences. This is a really clean play from Ryan. And Zintro as well. His run is going very good.
Yeah. Now, time for the French bonks. Oh,
Very important.
Oh, he missed it twice. Zintro, what are you doing? Oh, he's not going for it again. Shame.
Oh, rip.
So what he was trying to do is bonk across that pit, which saves a couple seconds. I actually don't know how much it really saves.
I don't know.
Zintro, what are you
This is
doing?
Here we go.
He does it. Also, these guys are always in the way.
Always. This split has lots of enemy movement RNG. And so it can be kind of frustrating when you get a bad pattern. There's nothing you can do about it. Like that, he just kind of looked up and messed up. Intro's clip.
So the reason he entered the cave is so he can just save and quit there after he opens D4. And now it's almost time for one of the most notorious tricks in the run.
Obstacle skip.
Definitely, that's the one. I don't
See
think
if he gets
Zinthrothen
it.
will be able to beat Bamboo's obstacle skip earlier
Oh,
though.
probably not. It was pretty legendary, but he gets the regular obstacle skip, which is very respectable. Maybe not legendary.
Definitely get swag points though.
Another Jesus jump. This one's kind of weird because your position is important because you can't enter the stairs unless you're right below it. It's kind of frustrating. And again, Zentro's entering exiting the cave decided to save and quit point. Did a little bit of backtracking.
Now time for another very important trick called butt sword.
Here we go.
He's on 2 hearts. Ooh,
Charge
charge
the
butt sword.
charge.
That's the best thing you could possibly do. He just validated his run.
That's right.
Okay, now it's time for early rooster skip, where runs go to die. So we're gonna use the same principle we did for Villa skip, where we're gonna pause buffer until Link falls. But this time we're going to make it all the way across this gap. Let's see if he gets it. And this can sometimes just give you a million buffer for no reason as well. Like it's doing to Zintro right now.
Yep, it's very subpixel based, very technical, and you can't really control how it's going to turn out. You have to hope you get a fast one.
Now he's gonna
He
use
makes it across.
to get a dash in place, and then he's just gonna jump across. Could have been worse.
Even worse, it's better than falling.
Yeah.
So entering D4, this is I think the shortest dungeon in the game. We use some pretty cool boots jumps to skip most of the dungeon.
Yeah, pretty much.
See it here in a second.
Shield.
No, maybe you just needed some protection, you know? Oh, his tech sight got in the way.
And now he has to
It's
drop
like-
a bomb, because he... No, actually, he would have had enough arrows.
He would have, but I think he was afraid of missing the spin slash in a minute here. The boss.
Could be.
So that jump right there skips like half the dungeon.
It really does.
And this super jump, or this Jesus jump, skips like the other half, basically.
Not really. I mean, it only skips the mini-boss. Also, he gets the fast pattern, which is very
It's
nice.
good. And we got the flippers. Actually, the flipper, I should say. It's only one.
Looks like Ryan is not going for early rooster skip, which is very understandable. So he's gonna
It's a
do
tough
rooster
trick.
skip here.
So right now, the timing is going to be about 30-second difference or so. Maybe closer to like 15
No, it's gonna be more like 45.
or 45, yeah. Until after D7, so for the rest of the run. Because Ryan will have to go do Mr. Skip the normal way. Right after D5.
So now we have Anglerfish, the hardest boss in the entire game.
He's dead.
If your name is Gravone.
Or Phantom Matt, apparently.
And that's D4.
Very clean D4 from Zintro. Not too bad. Minus the issue with the cracked block.
Yeah, Ryan is really not that far behind.
No, not at all. He's definitely on PB base. His
Yeah, I don't know
PB is
what
like
it is.
130. A high 130, I think.
Oh, really?
This is definitely sub 130 pace.
Should follow. Streams. Okay. Oh. Best song.
There you go, folks. The best song in the game. Don't listen to what anyone else tells you. It's the best song.
Indisputably the best song.
It has lyrics. No other song in this game has lyrics.
It's the only real song. Looks like Ryan is opting to go for the regular version of the Bosky Super Jump in D4, whereas Zintro did it the hard way, which actually makes it, in my opinion, the hardest Super Jump in the game.
Yes, it probably is the hardest Super Jump. It's very technical.
Yeah. The way Ryan is doing it is pretty easy. Just do one Super Jump. We didn't really touch on it. Zintro actually did 2 Super Jumps, which is really tight and very position-based.
And timing-based as well, I should say.
Yeah.
Timing when you release your first spin slash is very important.
So now we have this ghost that follows us everywhere and is extremely annoying.
So in a minute here, we're going to go do a second type of bomb trigger. So you can do bomb triggers against the screen transition like we've been doing. You can also drop 2 bombs in a pit. For whatever reason, in 2D sections, many walls are pits for some reason.
Don't question it.
Not really sure why. They're just broken. The game's broken. The walls are pits. You get the sleeping eye mask. And we just skip the entire trading side quest. That's like the last item, besides the scale. Coming up is another cutscene skip. This one is more timing based compared to the pineapple skip and the
I think this is only faster if you get it in 7 buffers or less, but it's really hard to time. You got a 5
right,
buffer.
Especially if you're me. I'm known for doing it late and having to watch the cutscene.
So now we get Zora Bump, where we're going to bump off of the Zora with our shield. That was very smooth.
Oh, very clean.
Intro.
Very clean Zora Bump from Zintro over there. To the unbuffered. So all timing based. Very clean lens.
So now he's going to go and get the boomerang.
It should be noted that you're not supposed to have the boomerang at this point. You need to have beaten D5 and get hookshot before getting the boomerang. But as we'll see in about in about 20 minutes or so, maybe closer to 30 minutes, we're gonna do a trick that will let us get the hookshot with boomerang. We kind of flip it on its side a little bit. And that's basically all the reason for this new route compared to the route in 2017, 2018. It's all so that we can get the boomerang quicker with boomerang. Or the hookshot quicker with boomerang, I mean. It saves that much time.
Yeah, it saves a lot.
Shout out to Nitros. Yeah, that's how much time it saves.
Oh no, Zintro, stop. Don't fall. The ghost doesn't really have a purpose, honestly. He just wants you to return him to his grave, and he prevents you from entering any dungeons. But the only reason that we don't skip him in this run is because he gives us a picture. In other runs, we would get the level 2 bracelet before finishing D4, which is actually the trigger to never make him spawn.
That's right, but we have to get the picture in this category, unfortunately. The ghost actually messes up a lot of routing issues. If the ghost didn't exist, you could actually beat this game much, much quicker. 100%. The ghost causes so many problems because you can't enter any dungeons while you have the ghost.
It's not deathless because that would be very obnoxious.
Yes. We only die one time, hopefully. In a perfect world, we die once. That's the shopkeeper, proving that he is the strongest boss.
He is Voldemab.
This screen that Zintro is on here is kind of frustrating because the ghost can just talk to you whenever he wants.
Yeah, it wastes like 4 seconds or something. It's really annoying.
It is really annoying. You can't control it at all. You just have to hope you don't get talked to and just try to get out of the screen as quick as possible. Ryan just reset. I'm not sure why. What happened?
Oh, I didn't see either.
I guess something to do with... Oh, he must have soft locked. And
Oh
floor
yeah,
bump.
that's possible. If you get stuck into the bottom right corner of like the brownish tiles, then you can't get unstuck. And the ghost
Right.
talks to him at the worst
Of course.
possible time. So obnoxious when that happens. He's probably gonna buffer this. Yeah.
It doesn't invalidate the run, does it? I don't think it does.
No, why
I
would
don't think
it?
it breaks any out of bounds rules.
Well, if you just soft lock and then reset, it's not really a problem usually.
Right. No, special ending isn't required for Hundo. In fact, the only category we actually get the true ending is in Ace category that I know of, I think. Pretty sure that's the only one.
Legacy. Legacy is
And Legacy, yeah. Well, if that counts as... but the only modern run is Ace.
Yep. So now we finally get rid of the ghost, and he can finally die for real.
Very heartwarming picture. Pretty soon we're going to enter Color Dungeon, which is one of the dungeons that make people not want to run Hundo, because it's just kind of frustrating.
It has the worst
Especially
room.
one room in particular, which we'll see in here in a minute. Those gravestones actually are kind of frustrating, because you have to push them. They're kind of finicky in the way that they work.
Yeah, they ask you about colors. Nobody knows why. Maybe because they're colored. Who knows?
Maybe they're colorblind, they're not actually sure what they're wearing, so they have to ask you.
That is now officially canon.
There you go. You're just looking for fashion advice.
The color dungeon is actually a pretty chill dungeon, except for one room. It's a nice sound glitch from Zintro. It just happens sometimes.
Oh, Zoomerang.
Sad.
See if he goes for it later in the game.
I hope
There's
so.
another Zoomerang you can do, which is very swag. Ryan just got the boomerang. Yeah, not terribly far behind.
He really isn't.
He's staying pretty steady. Oh, we got the wide shot.
What?
He hit
Or did he accidentally?
L trigger by accident and got the
Nice.
so that's the wide bump.
We white screen, yeah. We hard reset the game here because these rupees are only stored in save RAM, I think.
Correct.
And heart resetting the game makes them respawn, so we get them twice.
Now, it should be noted that Ryan has a slight disadvantage here because he's playing on EverDrive. That means when you reset, you have to go through the menu and the loading screen and stuff. So you will lose a little bit of time there, but it's not a big deal.
So here we have the worst room in the entire game, the bingo room. It's so horrible. He handles it really smoothly. Wow.
Very clean. Very clean bingo room from Zintro. I'm very jealous of that bingo room, actually.
That was insane. I'm sure Ryan will show us why it's such a horrible room.
It's especially hard for new runners. It's just you gotta practice and learn the patterns and get used to it. Used to the physics of the orb monsters. That's their official name, by the way, orb monsters. Very creative. Zintro just beat the final boss, or not the final boss, but the boss of Color Dungeon. Evil Orb. It's the fastest tunic in the game, the blue tunic.
It's technically faster to get red tunic if you're a task by like
Pure task, but RTA
pickups or something.
But it's one of those things where it's kind of a player's preference. If you want to get red tunic, then you're free to. But most opt to get blue tunic at this new route because we get level 2 swords so early, which makes red tunic kind of irrelevant. So it's just nice to have the double damage, and then the knockback effect causes some problems with some enemies.
So now we get signpost maze. Let's hope nobody double reads the sign, because if you do, you have to start over from the beginning. Which is always fun.
On that heart piece that Ryan's at, there's actually more than one way to get that heart piece without
There's a lot
hook shot, which is what you're supposed to do. Intended method is just use hook shot, but there's so many different jumps you can do. You can use boomerang, all sorts of things you can do to get that heart piece. There's shout out to Nintendo for designing that room. And looks like Zintro is finishing up signpost maze. Hopefully he doesn't transition here. If he does, he'll have to do the whole
so horrible when
again.
that happens. If you accidentally dash off the screen, the staircase just goes away.
I've actually done that before in previous attempts.
I haven't.
It's very sad.
It is. Alright, this is the worst song. It's actually not even a song, it's a collection of noises.
You have to have an ear for it. It's jazz. Actually, fun fact, it's actually a rap.
The frog rap in the German.
Frog rap. In German and French, it's actually called
French
a rap.
too?
In French too, yeah.
Nice. Something I have done here before is in the old route where we had Ocarina equipped here is Ocarina like during the song or something similar and lose all my rupees.
Yep, that can happen. Also at Ocarina when you were getting the boomerang in the old route, and you have to talk to the guy with A. You had to have Ocarina equipped to A, so you had to make sure that you were right up to him, or else you would accidentally warp.
Yep. Times.
Oh,
Ryan is having some
that's
issues.
not good. He's having EverDrive problems. Okay, we're good. Back at it. So losing a little bit of time to hardware, but not a big deal.
It doesn't matter too much.
Zintro getting the moat heart piece, the best heart piece in the game.
Also, one of the hardest to find.
Didn't find it casually. IDs, a guide.
Alright, easiest to forget picture right here. Also the last picture. And
Technically, we have 12.
now we're gonna go into Armo's maze. See Ryan's bingo room. He is struggling a little bit. Oh, he's struggling a lot.
Yep, that's what happens. That's usually how it goes. Oh, yep.
Oh god,
Boomerang.
it's so bad.
But it's just the reality of the room. Sometimes it just does that to you. You can't.
Yep.
No. Those hitboxes on those switches are really bizarre. Just because a lot of the things that were added to the DX version that weren't in the original are kind of janky. Just because Nintendo didn't put as much time into them, apparently. Something like that.
Suddenly mess up that room with the switches, you're gonna be in for a lot of pain.
You do it casually. Try to solve the puzzle. You need to be like 800 IQ.
Zintro is killing Armos with arrows, which is actually slightly faster, but it loses you a lot of swag points.
It's true. Actually, you lost a little bit of time there. Just missed some arrows. But it's okay. Armos maze generally is pretty forgiving depending on the strat you do. There's some strats that are more forgiving than others. But if you messed it up really bad, then you can potentially just sit there and fight him casually. Or just die, like I did one time in a PB.
Die. That's the better option.
Yeah, just die. Just restart. Just save and quit.
Yo, nice boost.
The bomb fairies. Nice boost, yeah. Those guys can be real trolls sometimes. Sometimes they'll help you out and give you a boost. Ooh, Zintro getting the Armos with the boomerang and stunning him just long enough to get into the staircase.
And
In many other categories of this game, we're able to skip this cutscene on D6 opening, but we cannot in Hundo. We don't have any of the resources necessary to do so. We have to watch it like savages.
our mouth isn't big enough to eat it.
That's right. Our magic art isn't strong enough to deload it.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Please don't.
So this room, the crazy speedrun strats of this room is Zinthrothen is to hold up and left. That's it.
That's all you do. Very hard. I've never managed to do it myself.
No, it's tough. But you know, Zintro's pretty good at the game, so... See if he gets the bomb trigger here. Not quite. A little early.
If you get
You
that,
can do a bomb trigger there to start the...
yeah, the
yeah,
tile
go for it.
starts immediately and saves like 2 seconds.
Maybe not even.
Yeah, probably not. In this room, we just slash one of them and then put a bomb in a specific spot, except in the other way around, and they just all die. Also, this is the only chest in the game that you have to open with a pot. Nobody knows why, but sure.
Just the puzzle of the room. Weird puzzle. A lot of weird puzzles in this game.
It's a lot of weird in this game.
This is our second instance of dong skip. Skip the dongs. They're there because I guess Nintendo wanted them there. They don't really contribute much.
Yeah, we actually go through this section of the dungeon in reverse, which is pretty interesting. See horse head?
Horse heads. Not first try.
Second try.
Second try.
That's pretty good.
So this is called a shack jump. We saw him do it a minute ago. And essentially what it is if you're going diagonally into a block that you can interact with, like a key block or a block you can push, you can actually do a super jump without being clipped. So here we're gonna fight D6 boss, but his hitbox is still there before he even spawns. We're gonna drop a couple bombs on him, and he'll take damage before his text box even appears.
Very difficult boss.
Zintro having no problem.
Nice bomb pickup there. Ah, he mistimed that severely.
Oh, no swag. No
He's
swag
losing a lot
bomb.
of swag points with this run. I'm very disappointed.
You know what? His run's pretty good right now. He's only 15 seconds off PB. It's really good.
Oh, what the hell? That's insane.
It is pretty insane.
Missed that bomb trigger there. See if he remembers to get the level 2 sword. Unlike Seisei, he manages to remember.
So some more RNG here in this cutscene.
That was pretty good at the start.
Yeah, not bad. No, that was a little bit above average, I'd say. Ryan killing the almost no problem with arrows. A lot of arrow strats today.
Yeah. Alright, now we get to the point where runs really go to die, an hour in. It's beautiful. Also, fun fact, Martha only waves at you there if you fill the cutscene skip. Martha being the mermaid.
I didn't actually know that. Interesting. Alright, so D5. This will look very different if you're familiar with No Save and Quit or the OoB. D5 in Hundo is very, very different than anything else. Because we can skip fighting the
Skip all of it.
all the Master Solfos fights. We only have to fight them one time, compared to OoB or No Save and Quit, where you have to fight them 4 times.
So we're gonna use the boomerang to pull the key in this room into the other room, and that other room only has hookshot registered to it. So it's like, hey, there's something in this room. It must be the hookshot. Half the hookshot. Here you go.
Exactly.
But it's a 50-50, so let's see.
Yeah, so it's frame roll based, I believe.
First
He
try?
gets it.
It looked like it should have been first try, but it
Looks
wasn't.
like it to me. Did he collect the key?
No,
he didn't.
Key sound. Yeah, if that's possible, if you don't clear out the room before making the key drop, then you can pick up the key, which is really bad.
Second try. Not bad. So like I said, it's a 50-50 chance. Each time you fail it, it loses about, 12 or 13 seconds. Or in that ballpark. And so it can be really frustrating for PB attempts, because you're an hour into the run, and it's just 50-50 whether or not you're going to lose a bunch of time.
Yeah, it's so horrible. I think at this point, early hookshot what record is 9. 9th try. By Nitros.
That is correct. Hopefully we'll beat that that record sometime this tournament.
I hope not.
I hope it's me. I hope it's me. Kind of want the record.
I hope it's you too.
Red Tunic does pick up rocks faster, but level 2 bracelet does as well. So once you get level 2 bracelet, any rock picking up speed is negated because it doesn't stack.
Yep. So the only difference between red and blue tunic is like 7 rock pickups and the Slime fight being absolutely horrible.
Right.
Because he has iframes with red tunic. Oh, and don't think. Oh, Ryan was having some trouble there.
Also, one of the phases of Nightmare dies quicker when you have blue tunic because of the iframes that come with red tunic. The iframes are just a result of the knockback effect being weird and janky.
We're gonna just hookshot through the wall.
It should be noted that he saw him hookshot very, very quickly there. It's because when you have hookshot on B and feather on A, hit them both in the same frame. For whatever reason, it's called a bookshot, and we were able to go
Bookshot is
faster.
on B. That's why it's called bookshot. That's how you.
I thought it was because you were booking it.
No,
To be honest, I didn't know it was.
I couldn't remember what button to put what on.
It's really funny. Oh, you're having a little bit of trouble with the fight. It's a bad
Oh, no.
pattern.
He might get some fakes. Oh yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
If you go
Yikes.
beyond whatever cycle and have done X amount of damage, he can start throwing fakes at you.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Spice is the real hero. Yeah, that was a really bad
Apparently,
intro.
Alos didn't abide by that. Didn't take Spice's advice. It's a clip of him where he forgets to put hookshot on B and has on A, and he's just trying to do a bookshot for like 6 minutes.
Yeah, the reason it works is because the game uses, if you press A and B at the same time, the game presses B 1 frame earlier. And there goes any chance of Zintro PBing.
Yeah, D5's a monster in this category.
So horrible.
It's frustrating. It's so late into the run, and you can just get screwed over and lose PBs to D5.
Yeah, sure can.
Ryan, remembering level 2 sword.
Amazing.
Better than say confirmed.
I mean, I'm sure neither of them will spend 7 minutes on the egg bomb trigger either.
It's true. And neither of them missed the B cutscene skip. We're just pointing out of all Say's flaws right now. He's actually much better than all of us combined, so...
I'm very confused how Zintro just got that bomb trigger without facing up or down.
That bomb trigger is janky. You know, works sometimes.
That's so weird. Because Zintro is just gonna make his way to D7. This is one of those splits where absolutely nothing happens. It works like Walrus Skip, but on Walrus Skip, you should also only be able to do it like that if you drop the bomb then menu. I guess I didn't really see what he did. But it looked to me like he just jumped into it and then buffered bombs. So let's see what kind of early hookshot Ryan gets. Maybe he's a god. Yeah, probably. He does have a 118.
It's likely.
Here, let's see here. Oh, he was on the pixel. Oh, he's going for a different pixel, I guess. Oh, that's not first try.
Again, you can do everything perfectly, and you just don't get it. 50-50.
It's luck. Ooh, he left
The
his
actual
by accident. That's the second time that happens today.
actual trick is really easy. It's like an 8-frame window or something like that. I don't remember how much it is, but it's a pretty big window.
Pretty easy.
It's,
Second try.
yeah, not too bad. Really good.
So we're gonna
do
throw
some
a bomb over there to kill that Zol, because if he doesn't die, then the bomb triggers don't work. And we're gonna bomb trigger all of these pillars. Well-timed explosive, I guess. Oh, cool kid strats.
So should note for Master Sophos on Ryan's screen, he's not supposed to die like that. He's supposed to just jump off screen after you hit him 3 times. But with bomb arrows, you can actually hit him a 4th time, which makes him die, and for whatever reason, that room has a key assigned to it. That's a key you're not actually supposed to have.
Yeah, you can actually do that without bomb arrows too, and with normal bombs. But the game just doesn't expect you to hit him 4 times. So we're gonna do a pretty cool quick kill on the eagle here. And we're gonna hit him once, and then hookshot down, because when he flies up, his hitbox overflows or something like that, and then you can just hit him at the bottom of the screen.
Right. You can push him down, or going left works too.
For some people, it does.
For some people, it doesn't.
I guess going up also works.
So that quick kill is very janky in that there's actually normally a border that kind of doesn't let the screen wrap like it does here. But when you save and quit, since you've been on certain screens, it for whatever reason works.
Yeah, it's like if you save and quit since the last 2D section.
Yeah, I think there are other.
Apparently.
Yeah, right.
And now it's time for the worst dungeon, D8. I didn't see all of Ryan's fight, but it looked pretty clean to me. At least from what I saw. No whoop means no wrong warp or out of bounds. So basically, don't screen transition to a place that isn't intended, kind of, and don't go to places you're not supposed to walk on. Very, very, very simplified.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No Zoomerang.
If we
And
were
he pays for the price for it.
If we were to
Gods
explain
of
the actual mechanics of our OoB rules, we would be here for another hour.
That's right. It's like the Link's Awakening gods punished Zinthrothen for not going for Zoomerang, and he didn't get his boots jump in.
Oh no, Ryan going for the French bonk. Oh, I mean, le
He gets it. Le bonk. Here we actually get the powder upgrade.
This is powder skip.
That's right.
The reason we pick Blue Tunic is because we get level 2 bracelet and level 2 sword very quickly after getting the Red Tunic, and those override everything Red Tunic does and gives you the same effects.
Minus knockback effect, which actually causes more problems and is helpful.
Yeah.
Basically, the reason we avoid a Red Tunic is because of the knockback effect, and it causes so many problems.
Yeah,
Blue
and
Tunic just has a little bit of security.
it gives the D5 boss iframes as well, which just makes the fight really hard.
There we just skipped the flame, we call it flame skip. Very
We have
intuitive name.
But it's so
And
useless
so
to use it.
yeah, so we have level 2 shield, but we never equip it at all in this run. 0 times. It's really easy to do that flame skip. It's really hard to die. Shout out to Zrolax.
Right now it's really time for the worst dungeon.
Ryan going for Rooster Skip here in a second.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the regular version of Rooster Skip. Oh, he's gonna fall. So he's gonna try to do something called a hookshot jump, where he uses the hookshot and then the frame it fully retracts. There is a frame where you're kind of standing on land and you
He's
can jump.
He's trying.
Ah,
Oh, wait. Oh, I was on a bad pixel.
yeah, he has to walk back up now. Also, most skippable mini boss in the game right here. And now we have the magic rod, which is significantly less useful than it is in LAOG.
Ryan falling again.
Oof, that's rough.
Wastes about 30 seconds or so every time you need to walk back. So it's pretty rough when you fail it. It's a hard trick. It's definitely not an easy trick.
Zintro, what are you doing? You failed that
Neither
like
are
4
naked super
times.
jumps.
So we're gonna just casually take a swim in the lava here, because why not?
No, Blue Tunic gives us extra defense. We can do it.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
It's right through the mountain and pick up the heart
nice.
piece. Nice. Again, really tough trick. It's understandable that Ryan would fall a couple times. It happens to the best of us. He's making his way to D7. It may look like they're really far apart at this point, which they are, but this is a really clean run for Ryan, in my opinion.
Yeah, Ryan
Far.
is still a very new runner. So this is actually a pretty good time.
Very clean run for Zintro, too, honestly.
Yeah, this is also still very good for Zintro. He can still 119 without too much trouble. I mean, he can still bop me with this run.
You know what? Buffing you is easy, so...
It is. Except I can't do it.
I did it twice last week.
You really? Right, Hothead, most obnoxious boss in the game. Well, not really. Second most obnoxious. There's only specific areas of the room where you can hit him, and then he has iframes as well, and it's just horrible.
The way his mechanics work are very bizarre. They're kind of hard-coded that way, so we're not really sure why Nintendo chose to make him the way he is. But regardless, it's a weird fight, and it's kind of tough.
He was just born that way, man.
Just born that way. It's not his fault. Blame Miyamoto. So we now have all 8 instruments, or Zintro does, rather. So he's going to make his way to the egg. Looks like currently Zintro's best possible time is a 1:20:02, so it looks like he's not quite going to get a 1:19. But still, 1:20 is a very, very clean time. Very respectable. I'm not able to get the pit trigger. He should have enough bombs. Bombs shouldn't be too much of an issue. See what happens.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. You have less than this in WoB.
Wub wub wub.
Wob wob wob.
That's how you spell it. Wub wub. Right. All rise for the national anthem. Or not.
There it is. Bombs are a little bit tight for Ryan, but it shouldn't be an issue if he doesn't waste too many more. You can always get the upgrade date. Oh, not quite clipped. It's not going to work. It's first try, but it wasn't clipped. This goes for the Piet Link. Very understandable.
You've disrespected our nation by talking through the national anthem.
Oh, I apologize.
From this game.
The band, I'm sorry.
So if we never read the book in the library, the path through the egg is always the same. It is Luraloo. Nah, just Luraloo. So he's going to do a bomb trigger here to skip a bunch of text, which actually allows us to get a 100% consistent quick kill on the blob here.
And also, theoretically, 100% consistent Aghanim fight. So normally for Aghanim, the first two are guaranteed to be round balls. But you can also get blue balls, which you can't knock back at him. He just hits you. It's 50% chance you get those. Within the last year or so, we discovered a manip for this fight to guarantee him to only give us round balls.
So basically, the game determines to shoot a blue ball or not based on Link's pixels. So it shoots a blue ball every other pixel, and that way we can get pretty easy.
Depends on your even or odd horizontal position. And so we just have to. We can know what pixel we need to stand on based on his last position.
Let's see if he gets Death'll Skip here. And
Very
he does.
nice.
So he just froze that bat in place. Once Death'll spawns, that bat is going to turn into Death'll and die instantly, like that. And the staircase spawns. Ooh, in the meantime, Ryan going for Zoomerang. But GG to Zintro, official
120.07
time of 120.08.
Very nice run.
And epic Zoomerang there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was a very
solid
solid time.
Oh, very, very solid. That's a good run. He comes in for an interview here in a minute.
Yeah, let's see. In the meantime, I think Ryan might still be able to get sub 130, maybe?
I think so. I think it's still sub 130 pace.
I don't know what
Kind of hard to judge it at this point.
Yeah, here we have Powder Skip again. And Flame Skip again, which we didn't really talk about earlier, but basically the way it works is if you clip into this wall here, you can just dash into it without being knocked back, and you can just pass the flame.
Oh, not quite getting the bomb trigger.
Oh, he's gonna play
the song. That's probably the right move, considering his bomb count.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Don't know if Zintro is coming in anytime soon. You might not be looking at the SRL chat.
He has not replied yet.
In the meantime, let's see if Ryan gets a decent D8.
It's a very, very technical dungeon. It's just trick after trick.
I hate it so
Very
much.
tough. I don't know if we explained this clip here that Ryan's about to do. Essentially, you can be on one of two pixels, do a book shot. That'll actually clip you through the key block. It skips a lot of getting keys.
Hey,
Takes a bit of time.
GG, congrats.
GG on your run. A
you.
very, very nice time.
That was a
Very respectful
solid
time.
Just imagine this, but with a good D5.
Yeah. D5 killed it. I mean, the D8 was pretty sloppy too. Aside from that, I mean, like my late game, my PP was pretty smooth. So yeah, I never realized quite just how much time save I had between D0 and D5. Oh, there we go.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, that slime meal really kind of screwed you over, didn't it?
Sure did. Second try early hook shot though too. So yeah.
That was nice.
Ryan having some trouble with the bookshot. The reason it's failing is because you actually need your subpixels to be correct, and the way you kind of manipulate that is by jumping against the
Against the ledge.
ledge, and that kind of makes it consistent. I don't know if he knows that or not.
Maybe. Maybe not. The world may never know.
He gets it eventually.
Yeah, you had a really solid run all throughout, honestly.
Season
Really
D8
did.
now.
That's right. Just beat Blano.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that weren't that great in your run, but I really can't think of anything.
It was just
Oh,
there's so many really smooth moments. Like the D3 was incredible, aside from like one thing. D8 and D5 were kind of just the worst things. D2 was pretty kind of bad too.
Oh yeah, I
I
know.
think they really good enter D1, then a really good D1 time.
Yeah,
No.
Moldorm was relatively nice to me.
And yeah, pretty good rupees too.
Oh yeah, the rupees were great. That's why I was like, oh hey, I might be able to do something with this run. Check my pictures.
The great thing about level 2 sword is it makes a lot of mini bosses die pretty easily, including this mini boss. If you do not fight in D2, we're able to skip him in D2. But he just dies in 2 hits and 2 spin splashes, rather. Easy.
I don't know if you remember, but in the first time I went through this, the Roomba room, I must have been on the exact top left pixel where it would fail.
Oh, did it
Where
fail?
I would fall. Yeah.
Notice that.
Oh no.
I was like, yeah, I got it, and then I fell, and it was like at the exact top left corner. And for
I'd like
some
to
reason,
note
I had a
that-
lot of trouble with this.
Your enter D0 split was very clean. Very, very nice Zora bump, I should say.
Oh yeah.
End up for first try and landed right in the pixel.
That it
How do you
actually
feel
worked.
about your early rooster skip?
Oh, it was
feel about
long.
that?
It was way too long.
Yeah.
I got the pixel that I don't like because the jump is a little bit harder, and I was like getting a lot of buffers. I was like, great. I really hope I don't fall. And fortunately, it worked.
Yeah, that jump can be a little bit tough because you can get on 2 different positions. One of it takes longer to get to, but it's an easier jump. The other one is faster, but the jump is a little bit tighter. Can't really control which one you're going to land on. It's just based on weird pit physics.
Yeah. I like the slower one just for the reliability.
Ryan head into the egg right now. Getting to the end. I don't think you can quite sub 130.
No, it's dead.
No, it's probably 131 pace.
Yeah, I don't know what his PB is though. That's the thing. He might be on PB pace.
I think his PB is 134. I think he's on PB pace.
Oh, then he's definitely on PB pace.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna miss 130 by about a minute, looks like. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Gonna run out of bombs. Oh, that's not good.
Don't pull a say, please. Okay, he's playing it smart.
There you go. He might not have enough bombs. He's gonna use too many in the pit and then not
He
have.
might.
5
Problem.
is
If he
the
uses
limit,
more than
like where you
three,
mash perfectly.
if he uses more than
Yeah.
3 in the bomb trigger, then he has a problem.
Yeah, which using less than 3 or less than 4, I should say, is really hard.
Yeah, it is.
So it's very likely that he's going to mess up the minute. Which could lead to all sorts of problems. I don't know if he knows how to do. There's another strat for getting the manip. It doesn't require to have more than 2 bombs. And it involves slashing your sword until you hear a specific sound. I don't know if he knows how to do that or not. I'm willing to know. Pretty advanced strat.
We'll see. I also don't know if he's going for the manip.
I don't know.
He might not. It looks like he is. Maybe. Well, actually, yeah,
Yeah.
that's...
Enough bombs.
Oh, he's not even... Oh, he's not going for the kill anymore? Maybe he doesn't realize that you can still do it if you don't drop the bomb.
Yeah, but then it's just a 50-50 chance whether that's going to work.
Yep.
Don't do any sort of manipulation.
And I think Aghanim Manip should still work. Well, actually, he's moving
No,
on
he
to
opened his
the
pause
diagonal
menu.
spot, but
Moving your pause menu messes it up.
does it? I thought that only messed up Blob, though.
I'm pretty sure it messes it up. I'm not certain.
But yeah, he's moved diagonally a lot, which does mess it up for sure.
You can make it less consistent. Yeah, not going for it.
You would go for it. Oh, that's not gonna hit.
That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Physics of the balls are kind of janky. You have to be in specific spots for them to hit. It's the blue ball.
That's 2. Three.
Oh man, this is some bad RNG.
Yeah, it is. 4.
Yikes. Nothing you can do about it.
5. God. It's 40 seconds already.
Getting some say luck here, huh?
He still has to get another one after this, doesn't he?
He has
Still
to-
another hit away.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, he gets it.
Alright, 6 blue balls. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and he doesn't get the blob quick kill. Or the Molar quick kill. He also didn't seem to do it right.
Hmm.
And I doubt he's going for Death'll Skip.
Not.
Yeah.
Alright, fun fact about this boss is that Boomerang kills him in 1 hit. For some reason. Boomerang is just that OP in this game.
Don't question it. This should still
Question
be
it.
a
That's-
130.
Link's Awakening. That's our motto. Just like that, boss is dead. Pretty sure you get a frame perfect text skip on this one if you open saving equipment as soon as the boomerang hits.
Maybe.
I know you can in Link's Awakening OG.
And Ryan finishes with a time of 133.30.
That's not bad.
Should be a PB for him.
Maybe. We'll
If he
see.
comes in for an interview.
Yeah, he's coming in. Sorry, that was me murdering a fly. Don't know if you could hear that. Yeah, GG to both of you.
Absolutely.
Pretty good.
Honestly,
rating.
very clean runs from both runners.
Yeah, except for the end for Ryan.
Yeah.
Rough.
I only lost time to a handful of things. Rooster skip, the egg, and then a little bit in D8. Those were only the only things. The rest of the run was really clean. And that run definitely could have sub 130'd if he gotten those tricks cleanly. But
Yeah,
those tricks are hit or miss, and there's nothing you can do about it except, practice more and get more consistent with them.
Or don't run.
But really, very good run, in my opinion.
Not running the game always helps.
That's right. Just don't run. There you go.
Can't fail anything if you don't run the game. Looking at you, Corin.
You can't succeed either, though.
I think not playing the game is succeeding.
It can be. I can see that.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I got an unfamiliar image on Death'll Skip that kind of surprised me.
Oh, yeah.
Like the bat appeared a little bit differently than he usually does, and I was kind of surprised by that.
GG, Ryan.
GG.
Hey,
Yo,
Ryan.
good game. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
How you
Is
doing?
that a PB for you?
Not even close.
Oh, what's
Really?
your PB?
I'll submit it soon, but my PB is 129.08.
Oh, that's
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought your PB was
How did you
134.
started learning the game.
I PB'd before I went to bed last night. Well,
Oh,
I
nice.
PB'd
Wow.
twice actually. I got like a 130.33, and then I got a 129.08 after.
Nice.
Oh, sub 130
Sub
so soon
130.
after starting the game is really respectable.
Yeah, you
Hey,
bought
thanks.
Honestly.
Yeah.
My goal is to get a 127 before I went to bed, but failing rooster skip too much. Didn't really-
Yeah, that trick will do you. You
Yep,
bad.
yep.
But honestly, very clean run. There were a couple things that obviously lost you a bunch of time, including like the egg and rooster skip and stuff.
Yeah,
But the rest of the
overall,
run was really clean.
Hey, thanks for the
It-
compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, you're playing very, very well, considering how soon you started learning the game.
Fueling my ego. I appreciate it a lot though. Like a lot of you guys in the Link's Awakening Discord are like really helpful. So like everyone responds really quickly too. And usually like
I have
5
any-
or 6 people respond like in a couple minutes. It's awesome.
Yeah, if anyone else is interested in learning this game, this is what you can do in only a couple weeks of practice.
I definitely recommend it. Yeah, this is
Fun
my favorite Game Boy Color game, so I'm glad that I'm also able to speedrun it. Because I watched most of the 2018 tournament for this, so I always wanted to give it a shot. But Phantom Matt recommended me to join this tournament, and then I was like, all right, let's see what I can do with like a month before the tournament starts.
Definitely.
If you had
Oh.
a different
Yeah.
seed, you definitely could have won the first round. But you were up against Intro is really good. Obviously.
Really, I thought that this would like lose to almost anybody, but unless if there's a lot of new people that are in the bracket.
There are a few.
There are a couple, yeah.
All right. Yeah, don't be surprised if I get a 127 in a race.
I wouldn't be surprised one
Oh.
bit.
At the rate you're going, you're gonna get like sub 125 pretty soon.
I hope so.
Honestly.
15.
I hope so. But yeah, okay, what do you think of your runs intro?
It was it was good getting out of D1 and then like enter D2, and D2 itself was bad. Enter D3 was okay-ish, and D3 was solid. Pretty much it was solid like from there all the way to D5, and then it was crap.
Ah, dang.
I got second try early hook shot and just I screwed up slime eel and then got like a fake bomb eel on it, and
Oh,
it was an atrocious slime eel, like so bad.
oh my gosh. ESC.
And
Yeah,
then it
'cause
was
I got,
kind of
120.
okay from there.
Okay, because yeah, you got a 120, and like despite despite that part being a disaster, then
Yeah, I
it must have
think
mean that you played solid most of the run. Then in that case,
yeah, if I could play like
really
that,
solid.
I should be able to get a PB soon because I didn't realize that I had so much time save, and I've been like resetting just when the early game is bad. But considering how much time save there is in the late game or the mid game at this point, I'm kind of seeing that like, I should keep going when the
Oh.
run may look a little bit bad.
yeah, my recommendation is to set a threshold for certain splits for where you'd want to reset. Like say, oh, if I'm a minute behind here, then I'll reset, like that type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
So
not bad
that
advice
way
at
you
all.
can like not reset as much, hopefully.
yeah.
I do the same thing for Mario RPG speedruns. So I've gotten PBs with like really bad mistakes, and no, I'm still like 4 minutes behind world record currently. But
My 118 PB actually, I fell on the first jump of Rooster Skip.
oh yeah, I remember you told me that in the call.
Yeah, it's so there's a lot of time saved there, assuming I don't get like a million buffers like I did today.
Yeah, I got a third try on that with like 10,000 buffers as well.
Rooster Skip is just
But
It's
I
okay.
actually
such a
didn't.
pain.
I didn't know until 2 days ago when Say was in my chat that I didn't know you had to release the D-pad as well to open the save quit menu. So that was such a dumb like mistake I was making for failing rooster skips a lot.
You do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, like if you're holding like a direction on the D-pad and try to open save and quit, it won't input.
Still got my game
Right.
open. Let's see. Oh yeah, it just presses the buttons.
Yeah, so I've been kind of mindlessly like holding a direction sometimes and not even thinking about it.
Huh.
So that's helped from getting like 6 try rooster skips to getting like second or third try instead in most runs.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a pretty big improvement.
Then the other thing he told me was so I didn't know that for buffering the sword after you hookshot slime eel that you have to slash your sword, otherwise the buffer won't work.
Yeah.
So I would not get the buffer the second time, and I never understood why until he told me.
Sometimes you will, but so often you won't, and yeah.
That's so weird.
So
Yeah,
I
and then-
saw you do a bit of a weird thing on the blob quick kill, where you ran out of bombs and then you just looked like you didn't go for it at all.
For the blob?
Yeah,
And nightmare fight.
on the nightmare fight.
Oh, I have no idea how to do it, to be honest. I've never gotten it to work. I've
Alright.
tried to copy like the top two runs and like look at their movement, but I have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, really, what you do is even if you don't do the manip for it, you just have your sword facing up, you clip into that corner, and then you move below him when he jumps. And then it's a
Move below him when he
50-50.
You have to be on two different pixels, two different vertical pixels you can be on to make it work. So if you clip onto the corner, you're right. You get fully clipped, you'll be on
Yeah.
the perfect pixel. Just move left underneath him when he jumps under you.
All right, I'm gonna have to practice that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
the guide also
So anyway,
trains it without manip as well, I think.
yeah, it's just
Oh,
a
sorry?
50% chance.
It was cutting off a bit. I couldn't hear that.
The guide also explained it without the manips. If you want to look into that, it's probably a good resource as well.
All right, I'll try to read it again then. In that case.
Well, very clean run from both runners. Should be proud of runs you've gotten.
Hey, much appreciated.
I imagine that both of you will be doing more attempts in the coming weeks. This game.
Yep.
Definitely go check out their Twitch channels. They'll be doing more Link's Awakening Hundo in the coming weeks.
I'll probably be doing runs in a couple hours. So I'm gonna get lunch and stuff first.
Right on.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much. All right, well, so should I get out of here or?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, cool.
If
Good,
there
good
are-
games again, Zintro.
If there are no further questions, we're going to wrap this up.
Right.
Congratulations to our runners, Zinthrothen and Ryan Ford. Make sure to give those a follow. Also, thank you to our commentators Glyph and Xander. Oh, no Twitch stream set. Will be done for the next time. And we are hopping over to the Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys tournament in the losers bracket. And see you soon next time for Link's Awakening DX.
All right, take care.